What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys so very much. Over 1,400 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this is possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And yes, we're living that COVID-19 life right now. We're living a little bit of a quarantine life. We're trying to stay our distance from people. So we're keeping everybody safe and healthy and all that good stuff. And my friends over at AirThreds are talking with us today about their product and how they're keeping people safe. So, hello, Mia.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, Mia, what part of the country are you at right now?
I'm out of Broomfield, Colorado right now.
Ooh, okay. And what's the temperature like out there?
It's actually warm. Pretty nice. It oscillates a little back and forth, but very nice weather.
Gotcha. All right, Mia. So, where did the idea for AirThreds come from?
So a few years back, I bought a home, and a couple years after that, actually my heat and my AC stopped working, and of course, I called in an HVAC tech specialist, and a couple $100 later, it turns out that I didn't change my air filter. So, yeah, who knew?
Yeah.
I was not thinking that, there was even an air filter to change. And so he gave me kind of a tip. He said, when you get your energy bill, it's a good reminder, and just, take out the old filter, throw it away, and put in a new one. And that's what I did. But, I did the math on it, and my filters were about $25 each time, and it started adding up. So, eventually I bought an electric static filter, and it's one of those filters where you take it outside and hose it down, and you had to wait for it to dry, and if it's winter, it becomes a chore. It really became a chore. So for me, it was like, there needed to be a better solution. And, and a couple years later, when I finally had some time to approach the problem, that's how I came up with AirThreds, was just really, thinking about the problem and testing and prototyping and lab testing, and just kind of, just trying to fine tune the product and finally end up with AirThreds.
So what would you say was one of the biggest hurdles while you were in development?
So the biggest hurdle, I think resources is really hard, because you have to really find, not just anybody that can do, make a product, but you have to start with material. So you have to find the right material. And, luckily I had a fashion background, so I was really familiar with textiles. But not just, finding the right material, the industry quality filter material, but also to find manufacturers that, are going to give you that quality construction. So that was one big hurdle. I think another one that inventors out there and really should kind of watch for is quality control. You make sure that you keep your eye on the quality when you do actually do some production.
Gotcha. So what is the actual process of the AirThread? So say I just got a new home and I want to get AirThreds. Is it going to be something that's going to be super difficult? How do we opeate with it?
So, the way it was designed was to make life easier for you. It comes really neatly packaged. So the frame's collapsible. You have to order your size, of course, because HVACs come in, various sizes. But it's very easy to unpack. It has an elastic string throughout it, so it almost assembles itself once you open it, and then very easy maintenance, very easy use. Put your filter in, and then what I do is, I wash my rags or my mats maybe once a month or even, bi-weekly, and just throw your filter in with it and, wash it in hot water and dry it, and you have a fresh, clean filter.
Wow. And I know that saves a whole bunch of money, especially people with different size houses and versus, because like you said, your filter was like 25 something dollars with people with bigger houses and all these different,
oh yeah,
infrastructures.
Those things can get very expensive.
Yeah.
It just depends on the filter that you're buying. And this was just, the easiest solution for me. And I love things that are sustainable. You want something that's long lasting.
Definitely. Now, how long do the filters last though?
So the development process, they're telling me that it can last up to 5 years. I'm not really sure about that. But the company actually can answer that question a little better. I'll have to check.
Cool. All right. So last but certainly not least, Mia, what advice would you have for anybody with a new idea that they're looking to branch it off and make it into a business?
So I guess for new innovators and somebody that wants to, launch a new product, I think one of those, the biggest thing for me in the beginning was, you're looking at like a mountain. The challenge seems to be like climbing a mountain, but if you just break it down in small steps and just take one step at a time, maybe take a small bite and then just add to it. Research, definitely use Google, and then prototype and test and retest. And, if you put the work in, it's definitely attainable.
I love it. Mia, let everyone know the best way to get in contact and to get their AirThreds for their house.
Sure. Well, the best way right now is just to go to AirThreds.com or we do have an Instagram. Indiegogo. That we're launching right now. So, find us online and find us on social media.
All right, perfection. Much more success to you and the future, Mia Doll. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.